Okay, so welcome everybody. This is our Empowering Students in Marketing webinar, leveraging Pearson resources and our CIM accreditation, as I said. My name is Isabel Glenn. I'm actually the product manager for the marketing and business qualifications at the higher national level. I'm just going to pass over to Maggie just to do a quick introduction to herself before we commence.
Hello, I'm Maggie Jones. I'm Director of Qualifications and Partnerships at the Chartered Institute of Marketing. I've moved the slide on just to prove I can. So yeah, great. I'll be coming to you later on in the presentation.
And I think we've also got, is it Sarah?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sarah Moriarty. I'm Learner Partnership Manager at CIM, working across all of our providers of CIM qualifications. So I'll update you as well halfway through.
Thanks, Sarah. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to go through our Pearson portfolio of marketing qualifications. I'm hoping that you're all delivering the either the T levels or the BTEC level 3 marketing, or even the higher nationals in marketing. But let's have a little overview of our marketing qualification suite first of all. So Maggie, if you want to go into that. So we have marketing qualifications all the way through from level 2 up to level 5 here in Pearson available to you. We have at level 2, we have the BTEC technical certificate in marketing. At level 3, we've got the BTEC nationals in marketing. And then we've also got at level 4, the BTEC higher national certificate in marketing management for students to progress onto into higher education. And also a level 5, which is the BTEC Higher National in Business in Marketing. I'm hoping, Mark, are delegates able to pop into chat?
You'll be able to, yep, chat box up.
So just before we carry on, for those of you that are able to get onto the chat function, it'd be nice to know which of these qualifications you are currently delivering, which marketing quals are you offering at your centre? So if you can pop that into chat, that would be great. Thank you. I'll give you a moment to do so.
Isabel, just I'm not sure because I was multitasking again.
Yeah.
Did we mention the level 3 multi-channel marketer apprenticeship, which is at the bottom of the
apprenticeship as well? Yeah, I think that comes into the progression piece. Yeah. I can see Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. You said you're delivering T levels. We've got Sarah Cooper also delivering T levels. So, and Karina, you're doing the level 5. Great. So you're doing the high nationals for the marketing there, and Vicky Moore, you're doing the BTEC level 3. Sorry, somebody else is doing the level 3 BTEC nationals in marketing. I cannot pronounce your name, I'm afraid. I can see from. So just, yeah, if you're happy to come off mic, just shout your name out to me. That would be great. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. And we've got Nassim also T-level marketing as well. So most of you, it looks like you're doing T-level there. I'm just giving a minute or two if anyone wants to add in. So I should say, actually, I am delivering this in absence of our product manager, Laura Hall, who's actually responsible for our lower level qualifications. I think many of you may know Laura, actually, and she's responsible for all those level 2 and level 3 specifications that we have for our marketing students. Because of the technical difficulties, unfortunately, she's not been able to join us. Hopefully she might be able to get on later. But it's good to see what you're offering out there. That's great. Just one other question is, in your centres currently, do you deliver your marketing qualifications? Do you have level 4, level 5, or is it just the lower level qualifications that you deliver currently, just to have, just to get an idea of whether you're just on the lower levels or the higher levels? Were you aware that we have the progression routes from the level 4 to level 5? Just level 3. Thanks, Vicky. Thank you. I'm going to say Fim, but I'm not sure. Keelan, just level 3, Keelan. Okay, great. Thanks. You're just doing the level 3. And were you aware that you had the level 4, level 5 qualifications available to you? Yes, you were. Okay, great. Thanks, Maggie. We can go on to the next week. Thank you. Just getting an idea of where what you're delivering at the moment. So, in terms of all our marketing qualifications, we have this fabulous new partnership agreement with the Chartered Institute of Marketing, Pearson, that covers all of the levels. And Maggie and Sarah will be running through the exemptions, the benefits, and all the fabulous resources that your students will have access to. So we'll be going into detail in a moment about what that partnership looks like in terms of each of those levels that you are delivering. Next slide, please, Maggie. So in terms of the partnership, if you want to, obviously we're going to give you the details now, but we do have on our CIM partner webpage on Pearson qualifications all the details listed if you want to go back into getting further information and support for your students on the marketing qualifications. We also have our marketing Pearson qualifications website link as well for the T-level support. Maggie and Sarah will go through the BTEC level 2 and 3 marketing support and opportunities as well. I think currently on the website, the details is more focused on our T-level partnership and just our CIM website kind of with the overview. In terms of the BTEC Higher Nationals, I'll go through that in a moment, and then we'll just have a look at that kind of progression routes that we have available for students, our marketing students. And we've also got a new support subject advisor whose contact is teachingbusiness@pearson.com. So Sarah Mark has joined us, so we're very lucky to have Sarah on board with us. So any sort of further questions about any of your qualifications, it doesn't matter at which level, then if you want to pop us a question or get in for more information, if you go through the teachingbusiness@pearson.com link, Sarah will be able to field those queries, questions for you as well. So just be aware that she's a new subject advisor. Many of you may have been working with Colin Leaf in the past, but Sarah's now joined us, which is great, and great to have you on board, Sarah. Next slide, please, Maggie.
Isabel, just to also say that there is a Pearson page on our website as well. So
perfect.
You can get
great.
from both.
Thank you. Yeah, super. So just in terms of the BTEC High Nationals, what we're aware of is that many of our centres out there are delivering at the lower levels, but often aren't aware that we do offer that progression through to higher education and into employment from our BTEC national opportunities. So this is just for me to plug my qualifications here, which is the new higher national certificate in marketing management that we have at level 4. This qualification is basically first teach actually from this September. It's approved as a higher technical qualification because it's completely mapped and aligned to the level 4 marketing executive occupational standard. So that is approved as a higher technical qualification that will basically support any of your students into the workplace, and it's very specifically content defined to the job roles of marketing executive or marketing officer, marketing communications or a specialist marketing officer type role. So the content in there is all about sort of managing marketing campaigns, delivering and maintaining different marketing channels, digital, offline, social media. And it really builds in all of that knowledge, skills and behaviours that are in the occupational standard. So that is the Higher National Certificate. So that's just a level 4, and we'll offer that progression route either into higher education still or out into the workplace. Very much content that is clearly for the defined job of marketing executive or similar roles. We have the BTEC Level Higher National Diploma in Marketing, which is our specialist route at Level 5, and this gives opportunity for those students that are on the BTEC Higher National Diploma, the opportunity to take that specialist route just at the Level 5 in the second year into sort of more specialist areas, and we do have the marketing there. I know some of you are delivering that, which is great. And that will equip students still with the knowledge and the skills to go out into the workforce, or obviously into higher education. It would lead directly into a level 6 top-up degree, and it does prepare them obviously for the world of work and being out in the workplace. But it's not totally defined by the occupational standards. There is just some alignment in terms of the curriculum content there. Thanks, Maggie. We can just move on. So looking at your career progression for your students and thinking about your students at all the different levels. So some of you obviously have got the T-level students, you know, and some of you are delivering on those level 3 marketing qualifications. What does that learner journey look like? Not only in terms of their educational learner journey, but also through the employment routes as well. So we have created and devised this lovely career progression map to support you. And this is also with CIM as well. So you can see what those key skills are in terms of each level and what the students would be gaining at each level. So if we have a look at this, you'll see we've got from level 1 all the way up to level 7, and we split it down through the vocational qualification route, the apprenticeship route, and our professional qualifications and academic qualification route as well. And you'll also see there that we've got the employment pathway. And through each of these, we've mapped them according to the CIM skills framework in terms of what your students would be gaining for those key skills. So, it's all about the skills and looking at that, you know, the skills that our students are developing. Level 2 upwards, we're looking at the, you know, we have the BTEC level 2 in our vocational qualification suite. I think most of you chat that you're delivering certificate in marketing and those BTEC first in business as well, up into level 3 to the BTEC nationals in marketing that we offer, or into a T level. Anyone? Is that better? I might have a little sore eye. No. Hopefully you can hear me all right. So from
Isabel, you were breaking up. You were breaking up a little bit for me. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Whether you were for anybody else.
Yeah, that's what they're telling me in the chat.
Okay.
Right. Hopefully. Hopefully, I think if I shout louder, it might sound better. You might hear me better, but that's probably not the case. I'm not getting any issue here, but hopefully I'm still going to be quite clear. So in terms of those vocational qualifications, we're starting at that level 2 progression up into the level 3, where we offer the BTEC Nationals in Marketing and T-level qualification. So it's thinking about your offering across the marketing suite. And as I said, we then also have the level 4 and level 5. So in centre, if you have that, if you're already offering the T levels and the BTEC level 3s in marketing, but you're not offering the BTEC HNs, then you may want to look at that as providing, you know, as future provision for your students, keep them in college, that internal progression from level 3 to level 4, going into the higher national qualifications in marketing, or in business to do the marketing route. Our qualifications then, they can then progress into the level 6, as you can see, going into top-up programs, and that might be into marketing degree programs or marketing management, global marketing, advertising and marketing qualifications that we have on the top-up, and into level 7. We do offer actually BTEC we do have a level 7 strategic management and leadership qualification if they wanted to continue with the BTEC program, and at level 7 we've also got the MA in marketing management. So this is going to be available to you, our progression maps, as part of our marketing collateral. It will support you when you're meeting with your learners in the first stage of their learner journey, looking at what their progression opportunities are in marketing, you know, and that's either through, as we said, the vocational route. If you're offering apprenticeships, you've got the apprenticeship route, or through the academic qualification route as well. On the right-hand side, when you're having that discussion with students, as we said, the focus is now on that, the skills development, the jobs roles that will be available to students on graduating. And here we've got the employment pathway to support you in those conversations with progression. And as you can see, in terms of when you're looking at your level 2, level 3, you know, you're talking about you know, those sort of apprenticeship routes with marketing support, and looking at communications or events routes, possible routes for employment from those BTEC level 2 technical qualifications. From the T levels, it could be, you know, you're talking about digital communications assistant, digital marketing, because they're starting to focus more on that kind of integrated marketing channels, marketing assistant. Once you're at to level 4 and 5, of course, the job opportunities there is looking at the assistant marketing manager or assistant product marketing manager. So a wealth of career opportunities that are available to marketing students that they're not aware of. And this is something that you can really then integrate into your own prospectus, into your conversations, as I said, with students, when you're talking them through the learner journey and supporting them with further onward advice and guidance. So this will be available to you as well in terms of supporting that progression piece. I don't know if you want to add anything, Maggie, to the skills progression map.
I think I can do that when I get to some of our slides, yeah. But I think this is a really good slide that encapsulates everything. Yeah. And I think, you know, from a student perspective, it's quite nice that they, you know, if they're down at that bottom level deciding what they want to do next, that they can see this progression and always about university. So I think that's
yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Getting them out into employment. Yeah. So I think I think I'm handing over to you now.
Yes, I think you
it would have been a Laura handover, but I'm handing over.
So I'm multitasking here now. So Sarah, I've got a bit of a cough today. So if I dissolve into nothing, you're going to have to take over. And poor Sarah is it's actually got Laura's name against her, and I'm not quite sure why, but anyway. So, okay, let's move on to what the Pearson and CIM partnership looks like. And actually, this has been around for a long time, but because of the changes we've made in our new qualifications, the partnership, the pathways for students have become very much more streamlined and accessible. And we've been doing quite a lot of work on a lot of our products and our strategy and our focus. So students will be seeing quite a lot more from CIM because we're very, very focused on getting people at the entry point of their career. So what do CIM do? We are the Chartered Institute of Marketing, which means that we have Royal Charter. Only we can actually give the designated chartered status, although around the world other people do it, but as is the only real one. And we're actually working globally to make that more accessible and more known. But there's some stuff about us here, and I think the thing is that we used to be known, and some of you will probably know us for membership or training or qualifications. And in the last couple of years, we've stood back from that, and we've said, actually, we serve the profession. And the objects of our charter don't actually say any, they don't mention the word qualification, training or membership. They say it's for the furtherance of the profession. And that's where a lot of what I'm talking to you about now will eventually be a very joined up way of doing that. By this time next year, you will definitely see that there is a closed loop on this one. So this is what we are setting out to be. Starting from the top, we represent, that's what we're told, we represent the marketing profession, and we are the voice of the profession. And what we need to do is to interact with academia, employers, all of that, to be the authoritative voice. We have chosen to focus on 3 key areas in terms of represent. So our strategic agendas for the next 2 to 3 years will be around digital agility, responsible marketing, and leadership, because those are the things that are really keeping marketers awake at night and where the skills gaps are being created. So we then we took that and we've set the standards. So if we represent, then actually what are the standards that a marketer has to adhere to? And we want to make the profession both robust and relevant, and we want to make sure that the standards are representing more than just the colouring in department, which is sometimes what we're known as. And I'll show you what our standards look like in a moment. We then need to actually create an environment and create the product. So this is where the qualifications and the training do come in. Develop pathways, just like Isabel's just shown you, to how do people develop? How do they develop in the marketing profession, or how do they come into the marketing profession and develop from others, or how do they just, as a sole trader in another area, how do they need to develop their skills in order to create a good environment for the business? And then finally, we are responsible for accrediting. So we are actually accrediting the Pearson qualifications, because I'll go on to show you how that manifests itself. But also from a personal level, any of you that are members of CIM, that, you know, you might be an associate member, you might be a member, you might be a fellow, and you might be chartered. So there's lots of ways that we can accredit both organisations and people, individual people. Okay, so just going to the standards part of that. And we, 18 months ago, we developed what is known as the Global Professional Marketing Framework, the GPMF. The amount of times people get those letters in the wrong order, it's yeah, and they still do it. You correct them and they still do it. But GPMF, and essentially we developed the GPMF through industry with academia, research with academia, industry, and our channel partners, to create a platform from which people can operate and they understand where they are at any one point. So very, very keen that these are global standards, because a lot of our members in other markets, it's not just about getting the next job or promotion. It's actually about mobility into other markets. So it's very, very clear, important that they can see that these are applicable across markets. They are the framework for what good and responsible marketing, and it's a consistent view to manage performance, recruit talent, and evidence capability. And everything that CIM do is actually based on the GPMF platform. So if it's not in there, and we keep hitting stuff that's not in there, then actually that might mean that we need to review the GPMF. And it is reviewed on a regular basis. It will probably be reviewed this time next year. But you'll see that some of the segments are pretty standard over many professions, and we've had to marketize them. But it's the devil is in the detail. So the GPMF looks like this. There are technical standards. So across, encapsulating everything is that strategy and planning. That gives the direction. So anybody who is in marketing, the strategy and planning aspects and capabilities are what deliver the organizational direction. So that in itself is a set of capabilities and skills. But then we go into the technical standards, and as you can see, we've got leadership and management, digital agility, customer experience, commercial data, lots of those. If you look at other people's frameworks, they exist in their frameworks too. So leadership is not solely about marketing, obviously, neither is commercial, but it's the application of those technical standards as to how they fit into marketing. So each one of those 8 segments blows out into what you can see digital agility does there. So digital agility in marketing is about, well, emerging trends, channels, business modeling, and things like e-commerce, UX, analytics. And each one of those segments breaks down into some subsegments. So we actually have 36 subsegments, which if you go on our website, you can see them all. So that's really where marketing sits. That responsibilities and behaviours grey area in the middle is precisely that, and that's what we have used to formulate our code of conduct, our professional code of conduct. And it's all there to deliver impact, and the impact being professional marketing excellence. So people can find out where they sit on this, but we've got 36 subsegments within those 8 blue chunks, but then we've also mapped these across levels of career progression or seniority, or not, where is somebody in their profession? And that goes from aware all the way up to expert. And so we've got 36 subsegments, and we've got capability statements for all of those levels. So 36 times 5 is 180 statements of capability, so that people can start to understand where they might be. Now, how can you understand where in that is that we use this we are using this to move forward and create what's going to be known as a capability index. And marketers will be able to. The soft launch is going to be in November, and we'll be pushing this out to you in the hope that you can also get your students to utilise it, because what we want to do is create the largest database of marketing capability, and we want it to be large because we want to be able to split it by segments, sector, and we want to be able to split it across global markets. So what skills is a typical benchmark in Africa versus Europe versus the UK? So that's what we want to do, and that capability index will, as I say, that's coming soon, but the one job we have to do first and foremost is populate it with data so that it's robust, And a benchmark, i.e. a score of your marketing ability, is available to you, and it's robust. I mentioned what it takes, what's needed to be to get to chartered, and we talk about chartered being the badge of a professionally certified marketer. And PCM is a term that is used globally, but we've got chartered in there. What do you need to be chartered? You need to be committed. So actually, from our perspective, you have to be a member of CIM. We can't give you chartered unless you're a member of CIM. Competent, so that's all about your technical knowledge, your experience, your qualifications over time. Where are you in terms of how much do you know and how much have you still to learn, or what skills do you need to update? And current is about making sure that you are up to date. So hence, that's why our strategic agendas are in the area of digital and responsible marketing, that we can make sure that our profession are kept up to date with everything that's going on. Use of generative AI, good or bad, how it's going to change, what we do, all of that will be in the current. And what we say is that a chartered marketer has to demonstrate all of those three things: committed, current, and competent. And these are, the people that you're teaching will be starting on their journey towards chartered, and it's quite it's a first step. So I'm going to talk to you about the Marketing Club in a moment, but essentially the Marketing Club is a product that's particularly tailored to the people that you're talking to, that are sitting in your classes, or I'm not quite sure why I did that, but it's about getting people job ready and employable. Once they're there, then after their studies, they can progress to CIM membership. They can start to get designatory letters. They can start to move through membership grades. But the pathway is essentially taking them to chartered, which they don't achieve and then keep forever. They actually have to maintain by a number of CPD hours across a year. So what are the benefits? So the benefits of our partnership with Pearson are that I would go to the second point first. Students gain exemptions against the CIM qualification, and that can be used. Those exemptions exist for 5 years. So even if they don't feel that they want to gain a qualification alongside their BTEC or Pearson qualification at the moment, it's still in the bag. So, they come out, they get that first job. Typically, people start to use exemptions at their second job if they haven't done already, because that's where they need to demonstrate that point of differentiation. So in order to make this known to them, and in order to support the early career stage marketer, we have created a product called Marketing Club. And I'm going to go into that in more detail. But essentially, this is designed to support the students during the period of full-time study, and to ensure that actually they know what a professional body will do for them in their future. If they do choose to do our qualifications, and if you chose to embed our qualifications, we have now moved to online assessments. Previously, we were working on assignments, and it was quite a clunky journey. No matter how much we tried to smooth it out, it was quite a clunky journey for people to add to their Pearson qual. It's not now. It's relatively simple. And if what we're saying to you today resonates and you want to know more, then my team, Maureen Wincott, who you will probably know can't be with us today, and Sarah and her team are here to help you. So this is not the be all and end all of we're never going to talk to you again. Please do keep in touch. So the Marketing Club. So it has its own branding, it has its own fonts, it's got its own QR code, quite a large one from that one. So the information is readily available to anybody. It's on our website. We've got, we can support, if you choose to engage with Marketing Club, we can support you with flyers, with video content that you can flash up on screens that you probably all got around your buildings. We've got social media assets. Anything that perhaps you wanted to push this through to your students is available, readily available. So what is the Marketing Club? And it's about creating, I talked to the capability index that we want the largest database of marketing skills. Here, we want the largest database of people in full-time marketing study, because essentially what we want is to know what they want next. We've started off with stuff that we feel is important to them, but the devil is going to be in that research. So what is keeping somebody who's just about to go launch into their career? What is it that's keeping them awake at night? And how can we collectively create that? So anything that you see today is a start point. It will evolve. So gives tomorrow's marketers exclusive access to the people, resources and knowledge that can help them get ahead and support their studies. Content is a big part of this. They get access to content that is linked to the GPMF, that is linked to the subjects that you're studying with them. So as part of our club, the students can have a unique chance to make connections, learn from the experts and get the most to boost their employability. And they can sign themselves up, or you can sign them up as part of a cohort. It's either or. So if you wanted to sign all of your students up, that is perfectly possible. Or, you know, if that's not something that you feel you can stretch to, then the students can sign themselves up and get access to a lot of resources already, in all honesty. So as I said, most of this content is designed, we're not just reusing stuff, but most of it is designed specifically for this segment. So we've got live and on-demand webinars. We've got podcasts to boost digital literacy and you know, just to add another source of information to the students. And yeah, we've got latest industry reports. We engage with recruiters to work to really show what are the skills that employers are looking for, what needs to be on your CV, what do you need to be adding to your formal qualification. So the price of this is £10. So for £10 for the whole of their study period, so if that's 18 months, a year, 2 years, students can get access to everything that we do. And it also means that you've got that additional content if you want to utilise, and you can work with us to enhance that content and look at what we have to add to your teaching resources. We want to work with you to create work-ready students. There's an awful lot being talked about in this area at the moment, and I think, you know, we're finally getting to the point where student alternative routes to study are being proactively recognised, and that's what we want. We want people to be able to take a hybrid approach. We're collaborating with universities, we're collaborating with apprenticeship providers, and what we want to do is also collaborate with participating colleges and sixth form. And this is not just around BTEC, this is around T-levels as well. But ideally, it would be great if students could be in this huge marketing community of people who are like them, who are at the same stage of their career as them, and that would be a global community. So what is somebody in Sri Lanka thinking at the moment? Is that relative to Europe or to Asia, or all of that community? So as we will have that research base, we will be able to find out what they want, and we will be able to evolve what the benefits that they get for their £10, which is pretty good value, I would say. You don't have to decide now, but what I would say is that we have one of our first webinar, which is on the 22nd of October, is by a digital marketing expert called Daniel Rouse. He is well known as one of the leading digital agility, marketing, transformation speakers. He himself is as well as publishing and creating content, he also teaches at Imperial College, and he's very much got his finger on the pulse. So there is a webinar, and the QR code is there, and we will send you the slides that your students can access, and they can decide whether, well, is this, do I want more of this? You know, is that £10 worth it to get access to these kind of materials? And the other thing that they get access to is the My Development Hub. So they can actually start to log their additional activities. They can learn other skills that are not necessarily marketing related. The My Development Hub has a wealth of resources that they can add to their portfolio. And as I say, they've got on their CV, they've got their Pearson qualification, they've got the fact that they may be working towards a CIM qualification, they've got the fact that they are a marketing club member, they've got the fact that actually they are also logging CPD and things like that. The other thing that we're looking for here is within each cohort, we're looking for a student rep to really support the engagement of marketing club in your organisation. And they will get access to collateral and comms pieces as well. And that could be something else that they put on their CV, that I was the student rep for CIM within my college. So I would, you know, it's for anybody, it's for open, but that is the first one that is open to all, so that people can see the sort of value that they'll be getting. Just moving on to the exemptions. So Pearson, both Pearson and I and my team have worked together to see how CIM qualifications can be embedded into the period of study while they're with you, or, as I said earlier, they get for 5 years after they've left you. So at level 3, it's a 24 credit qualification. We have, and they have to do 2 modules. One is marketing essentials, and then they add 2 marketing essentials with either content and channels or marketing insights. Now, we haven't featured marketing insights here because there is such a close correlation between your unit 3 and that they could take our online test for content and channels based on what they learn with you in the customer communication module, in the Pearson customer communication module. So they do it, they do whatever assessment they need to do for you, and they are then able to take an online test to add a CIM qualification to that. So that's a really easy way of getting a level 3 CIM qualification while they are studying with you or afterwards. We looked at that. We didn't look at the research module because the customer communications module is a mandatory module. So actually everybody's doing that. But there is also an alignment between our marketing insights and your marketing research for a startup business as well. But obviously the marketing research is an optional module for you. At level 4, which is our certificate in professional and digital marketing, this is a 50 credit qualification. The base marketing module is 20 credits, and then somebody going out there and doing our level 4 qualification without studying a Pearson qualification at the same time would need to do either responsible marketing or planning integrated campaigns, and they are 10 credit modules each. So that 30 credits that sits in that little box, you know, top left, your students are exempt. The level at the HND level, the students are exempt from those modules, which means that they have 30 credits in the bag. And in order to actually achieve the level 4, they would need to complete 2 additional modules. They have the option of doing 2 of the 10 credit modules, content marketing, search engine optimization, social media marketing, and MarTech. MarTech is essentially baseline AI. So if they feel that having that terminology adds to their qualification, this is the opportunity for them to add to that skill set, and going back to the GPMF, demonstrating that they've got a wider skill set. So they can do any 2 of those, or we do have an assignment-based assessment methodology, which is called Marketing in Action. And that is really about demonstrating that they understand how to either introduce a product or do some research or do an event or do a communications campaign. So it's a summit. Oh, I can never remember formative and summative. it draws. It's synoptic, more of a synoptic assessment, but it's very, very possible for students to do that. So again, one module or one assessment methodology does allow them to complete the CIM qualification. And I think that's it from me. So yeah, want to learn more, we will provide you with the slides, but yeah, if there's any questions or I'm not quite sure what the next stage is as well, so yeah.
Great, thank you, Maggie. Should we open it up to our delegates to see if they've got any questions for you, just on anything that you presented in terms of the Exemptions Marketing Club? Yeah. Let's hear your thoughts. Anyone would like to start a conversation or raise some questions? I think there's a couple of... Okay, so Vicky's asked, do teachers sign up as a student? Just tried but unsure how I would sign up.
Yes, you can actually. Sarah, you can probably help me on this one.
As in the tutor sign up, yes, you can have access once you're part of the network of providers. We can provide you access to the resources and marketing club, so we would do that as part of your onboarding.
Great, thanks, Sarah. And also, does the level 3 CIM qualification give any UCAS points?
Actually, our previous level 3 did, and we need to confirm that this one does as well, because this was only launched last year and we haven't put this through to apply for, but the previous level 3s have. We haven't done it yet, but we see no reason why it shouldn't be the same.
Great, thank you. That was another question from Vicky. And then Keelan asked, is this £10 per student or is there a cohort cost?
It's £10 per student.
It's £10 per student. Great, thank you.
Our lowest cost membership grade, which is so a professional studying member, is £65. Then as they become professional members, the lowest grade is 144, and that's annually. So this £10 for the period of their total study is pretty good value.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? Give you a moment to pop them in the chat. So Nassim said student and teacher will be in the same marketing club.
It's really so that the tutor can, I mean, the tutor can apply for any level of membership. And actually, if you deliver our qualifications to top up, you get a tutor, you get access to the tutor zone as well. So there's lots of ways that tutors can get access to the material. But yeah, but from our perspective, we would be able to segment that, so we would know who was teaching and who was a student for research purposes.
Great, thanks, Maggie. I'm just going to throw out a question to everyone as well. I mean, do you see that that you would, use these resources? Will they be useful for your delivery, your teaching of the qualifications? Can you see yourselves embedding CIM resources into your teaching?
No, we have a poll I can put up, I think, which covers some of that.
Yes,
we have a poll and everything. Let me launch that now for you.
I wasn't sure whether
Mark, will it work?
Well, that's true. That's a very good point. Let's hope it does.
Try.
Shall I stop
should show up on screen, hopefully.
Shall I stop sharing the slides?
It should pop up on your screens. Can you see the poll questions?
Yes, the poll is there.
Okay,
I'm going to stop sharing the presentation.
Oh, okay, great, because we did have some questions just to get some discussion going as well. So that would be great if everyone could just take a moment to do the poll.
So, right, okay. So I think, Mark, is that right? So 50%, what is the awareness amongst your students about how a professional body can help them? 67% of people are saying that it's fairly low. That is, I think if you're an accountant, you would know that you have to be part of CIMA or ACCA. If you're a doctor, you have to be part of the British Medical Association. I think, professional bodies and knowing where to go is always quite a useful skill in life. 33% felt that they're coming in the medium category. So, but only 6 people answered. So I'm not quite sure why. I think we've got, how many people, Mark, have we got on?
12. So half people have responded.
Do try and respond to the polls.
So 33%. Do you feel that you could embed some of the CIM resources into your teaching? 33% of people are saying yes, but again, that's only 6 people. But if you can't access the poll or you can't,
we've got 3 people from one centre, so we don't need
So yes, I can't see the third question, Mark. I'm not sure.
If you scroll down, it's are you interested in embedding? Can you see that?
Yeah. Right. Okay. Do you feel you can embed some of the technology? So 60%, 7% are saying that they could maybe embed some resources. 33% are saying yes, and 50% it's a yes and a maybe on embedding the qualification into the programs. So of the 6 people that are responding, I think that's quite a positive. Obviously, a lot of people have just heard about this today, and it's like, well, I might just need to go away and think about
digest.
Yeah. But there's loads of information available to you, and please do get in contact.
Keelan, you've said it seems expensive considering we have about 60 students in year 12 and year 13 completing BTEC level 3.
I think you're very lucky to have 60 students. I'm sure someone who's got 10,
yeah,
10 would be thinking, wow. I think if the organisation doesn't feel that it's worth investing that in, but let's have a conversation about that. We can, if they want us to present to the students on an individual basis, then that's an option. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'd be definitely value for money. You're paying that one cost, and you're getting access to all those resources, and being part of that community. And it's a sort of added value, isn't it? for any sort of progression as well into employment or into higher education. If you're having to do your personal statement to say you're a member of the marketing club, you've got, you've been engaged with CIM, that's very good on a UCAS personal statement going into going into HE. So I think, Keelan, it's maybe also how that is presented as well to students. It is kind of looking at not just the benefits of the resources, but how that is going to impact and be beneficial in terms of any sort of future progression as well. Sort of build it into that progression piece in terms of the going into higher education or going into the workplace, because even, if they're going into the workplace, then putting that on their, their covering letter that they're part of the marketing club. Again, it's CIM involvement, CIM engagement, CIM recognition, isn't it? And industry and employers would recognise that.
It's that really difficult message to get across to somebody when they're doing a full-time qualification, that is not going to be the end of it. You might think that you go there, you do that, and then that's the rest. And we all know that, we're all sitting here. It wasn't the end of it for us. Lifelong learning is going to be even more important for that next generation.
That's right. And Vicky's just wondering, do the resources directly link to the BTEC units? We have really struggled to find resources and hours have been written from scratch. I'm assuming that's the BTEC. I think, Vicky, you were saying you were level 3. I'm just seeing in the... Yes, you were BTEC level 3 extended certificate. So you've just done. Thanks, Vicky.
That's right. So absolutely. So we are actually just looking at on our module specifications, which you can get from our website, there is a study support, a list of resources from there, and a lot of our modules do align, especially at level 3, they align with yours. So as I said, marketing insights, marketing research for new business, customer communications aligns with our content and strategy. So there are resources. If you go and look at our module specs in our level 3 quals, there are resources there, but we are looking to actually increase those resources in terms of around sort of ebook facilities and being able to dip into a chapter in a book that's particularly relevant. So there are resources that you can already access if you want to go and look at our module spec. It might also actually, when we send you the slides, we'll send you the content and channels module specification so that you can take a look at how closely it does align. So that we can send you that over.
It'd be good to know, Vicky, as well, if there's any specific kind of content that you feel that lacks the resources, just from Pearson's perspective as well. So just let us know that too.
But when the capability index comes, somebody will get a very there will be a quick version that's about 30 minutes, and then there will be a more in-depth version. On the quick version, it will show them where the gaps in their skills are, and it will guide them to some of our content as well. So, and tutors can do it too.
Which is great. Any other questions? So Georgina said, we have looked at aligning the qualifications before, but we were not able to get very far in how to certificate learners and when it happened. So Georgina, is that aligning the are you talking about aligning out the qualifications to the CIM qualifications? Yeah. So were you looking initially at doing some trying to see if you could get dual certification? I'm assuming that's probably what you were looking at. Yes, but couldn't work out. Okay.
Well, maybe. We need to have a conversation, maybe. So, Georgina, if you want to contact us, then then we can talk that one through.
And which level, Georgina, which ones were those? The level 3 again. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that'd be great if you could pick that up with Maggie directly. But clearly, we're offering obviously the
absolutely
exemptions in a marketing club as well. Do you think you're going to get these students excited about being part of they're kind of the professional body, giving them, I mean, I'm sure the students are aware of Chartered Institute of Marketing.
Well, 33% of them are anyway.
Oh, well, 33%. Yeah, that was the poll. Just wait to see if there's any other questions to come up. I think we've just got a few moments left. But I think this is a great opportunity to embed this partnership, just not only in your teaching and of the programs, but as I said, from your careers advice and guidance perspective, and when you're having those first conversations with prospective students, that are looking at different qualifications and different, looking at a possible career in marketing, and that's a good starting point, isn't it, in terms of looking at that progression, the opportunities, and the fact that we do have this partnership now with CIM that really validate and endorse that provision that you're offering to the learner.
And I think we're very, very well aware that this is another demand on the tutors in what is already a very busy environment, and engaging with students is not always that easy. But just to reiterate that we do have collateral that you can use. We do have social media posts that you can use. We have videos, we have flyers. And actually, if you were able, if you've got somebody in your cohort that wanted to be the student rep and to help you in supporting you to get that message through, then that is something that is available. And those student reps. Sarah, do you want to just talk a little bit about what we do with student reps?
Yeah, sure. So we can place student reps within the learning provider, and they're really there to kind of help engage with their fellow students, to talk about CIM, to share with them what CIM has to offer, the benefits of the marketing club, and kind of be the person on the ground really to have that conversation, because I think they're probably better placed at doing it than we are. So it's almost like having it is a representative of CIM within the learning provider or within the college. We provide them with resources and assets to help them do that. We have regular contact with them through sort of quarterly team meeting sessions, so we kind of update them on what webinars are coming up, what resources are available. And for the student reps benefit as well, it's a really, it's a good thing to put on their CV, to talk about what they've done, what they've learned, the skills they've learned from it, and in addition to what they're studying. So it's kind of got a few different benefits to help them not only develop the skills, but to be able to use that when they're then going into looking for their first job in marketing.
Thanks, Sarah. Any other questions? Any other thoughts that as we've got Sim here, just for the last few minutes?
That point about UCAS points, though, you've nudged me into Sarah
there we go.
On the to-do list. Yeah.
Well, great. I think we'll wrap up,
Okay.
unless there's, I think you might get some time back from the session. But we're delighted to have this partnership, obviously, with Maggie and her team. And I just think it's, it's a fabulous opportunity for your students and for you as tutors to utilise these benefits and resources, and obviously for the students gaining the exemptions from certificates as well, and looking at their progression opportunities throughout their learner journey through the marketing qualifications. So thank you so much, Maggie, Sarah, and thank you to all of you for joining us this afternoon. We do apologise again for the late start, the technical hitches. It seems to be
very well done, Isabel, for stepping in.
It's one of those afternoons, as I think we've all been there. I'm sure you've all been there in the classroom when, the data projector isn't working, and your technical PowerPoint slides, stalled. So we got through it, but that was great. So thank you so much for that information. I hope you found it really informative, useful. Take it away, digest it. Mark, the slide decks are shared, I think, with everybody. Is that correct?
Like I said, around the slide deck and the recording tomorrow, so that will come through to people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. So that just leaves me to say thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of the day and evening. Thank you, Vicky. Take care. And if you need to contact us at all directly, then just drop us an email through the customer portal, and we can take questions carry on from there if there's any further questions or information required. Thank you, Keelan. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.